What's up, boys? This is Contango coming at you from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And today we are doing Germany Turn 4. So this is my G40 alternate universe game against Corporal Clegg and Piloto. Give you a quick shot of the board here. Yeah, so we're in round 4. It's Germany's turn. You can see a bit of information there about the number of cities each side has and the cash on hand. So Germany turn 4. I'll give you a flyover of the map before we get started. You can see a lot of British and American fleet there in, I don't even know what sea zone that is, but where those markers are. Germany is pushing forward up against the UK here in the north. Italy has a lot of these islands in the south. Russia pushing towards Germany in the north. Japan has not done anything in China, really. See ANZAC with some ships, and the bulk of the Japanese, bulk of the Japanese fleet is over here on the east side of the board. So that's where we sit right now. Germany had 75 IPCs to spend, so this is the purchases up here. We've got 3 artillery, 3 tanks, that's 9 infantry and 1 artillery, and then another stack, we've got 1 infantry and 2 mechanized infantry, and then a single infantry. So that's going to be the purchases. So let me take 1 second here, and then we'll get into the combat moves. All right, so let's start off in the, what is this? In PA 11, we're going to have these 7 infantry from PA 10 head into there. Also, this bomber from PX 6 is going to go 1, 2, and have 4 movement remaining. Then this bomber from G15 is also going to join that fight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will have 3 spaces remaining. That's it for that battle. Up here in PA4, we are going to have 3 infantry from G7 head into there, along with, so there's 2 tactical bombers in G5. If I can pick them up. They're going to head 1, 2. They'll have 3 movement remaining. This fighter from F5 is going to go into there, 1, 2, so it'll have 2 movement remaining. This fighter from G11 will go 1, 2, also 2 movement remaining. Then these 2 tactical bombers from F3, I think it is, not Paris, as Corporal Clegg would call it, they are going to go 1, 2, 3, and have 2 movement remaining. So that's 6 planes in total. From G5, there was 1 mechanized infantry in there. It's going to roll through G4 into PA3 and take this from the French, reminding us of the disaster that happened there earlier in the game. Up here in UK2, we are going to have 1 infantry come from, I think this is UK5, where all the stuff is. What else have we got? In UK12, we're going to have 1 infantry come from PA8. Take that out, that's a walk-on. In UK13, there's 1 defender. We are going to have 2 infantry and 1 artillery from PA9. Attack that. And I think that's it. So let me just check here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so I think we're good. We'll, I guess, go in the order that we talked about them. So to start off with, what is this, PA11. So we've got 7 infantry and 2 bombers going against 3 Russian infantry. All right, so can you see this? Yes, 7 infantry and 2 bombers. And we got lots of hits, 5. We only needed 3, so that's good. And the defenders, 3 and infantry, are going to get 2 hits. Okay, so these Russian infantry are gone. We're going to have to split up this 5. Come back with a 3 instead of the 5 because we lost 2. So there'll be 5 infantry remaining there. Okay, up here in PA4, we've got 3 infantry, 2 fighters, and 4 tactical bombers. 2 of the tactical bombers are going to be rolling at 3 because they don't have anything to pair with. So 3 infantry, 2 fighters, and 2 unpaired tactical bombers, and then 2 tactical bombers that are paired. And we got 3 hits. We needed 2. So the defending infantry, and they get no hits. So if you can see that. Okay, so this infantry and the mechanized infantry are gone. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned this. I did put a red arrow, but there was a single infantry going into R8. I think I might have missed that earlier. So hopefully, you guys are going to be lenient on that one. Okay, so mechanized infantry up there is, that's a walk-on. UK2 is a walk-on. So I think the only other dice rolling that we need to do is down here in UK 12, 13. So we've got 2 infantry and an artillery versus 1 infantry. All right, so this is going to be an infantry and artillery plus 1 more infantry. And we get nothing. For the UK infantry, he gets a hit. So we will lose 1 German infantry. And we're going to keep going for the time being. So we got an infantry and artillery left. And we get a hit. And the UK infantry also gets a hit. So that was pretty good for the UK. Sorry, I just got rid of both infantry off screen there. All right, I'm going to pause it and just make sure I didn't miss anything that needed dice rolls, but I don't think so. Okay, so I think we're good to move on to non-combat moves. And so before we forget about these ships down south, let's go ahead with that. So we're going to have this destroyer come 1, 2, 3 off of the naval base to Sea Zone 70. The rest, the battleship, the cruiser, and the transport are going to go up here into 86. Yeah, that's out of range. Okay. Yeah, so 86 for those guys. Okay, you know what? Let's handle some stuff up north here first. Before we go any further, let's take care of the income. I never did do that. All right, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of the UK and onto Germany. So let's handle that. Sorry, going the wrong way here. So I got the UK at 34. And Germany at 65 for now. So then we're gonna we'll do Russia next. So this is worth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Germany to 71, and Russia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 42. If I did that right. And then we've got one more up here for France. So that's going to be Germany up 1. And France down 1. That's not France. This is France. Everything gets difficult when you're carrying a camera around. Okay, and then while we're at it, let's do, this is PX4. This AA gun is moving into there. I'm going to pick up 2 infantry. Up there. And so that is going to be 1 more for Germany. So I am going to go off the edge of the board and come back down to 1. So 73 total for Germany. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get rid of all those red arrows while I'm thinking of it. Just like that. Okay. So let's go back up north here. So from F3, all of the infantry are going into UK 5, I believe it is. So some units are moving in, some are moving out. So we're also moving the artillery in and the AA guns. So we will clean that up in a minute. So they're all going into UK 5. Meanwhile, the mechanized infantry and the tanks are moving back to F3. So that was, sorry, I should have mentioned this before. So 15, 16, 17, 18 infantry, 9 artillery, and 3 AA guns went in, which is all of them. Hopefully you have the same number as I do. And then coming out of UK 5 was 10 mechanized infantry, 7 tanks from UK 5. Okay, so then also 3 tanks from F5 are going to go into F3, and 4 mechanized infantry from F5 are going to go into F3. So that's everything from F5. All right. These 2 tactical bombers that went into PA4 that have 3 movement remaining are going to go 1, 2, 3 into F3. I'll clean this up in a minute. Also, this fighter from G2 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into F3. Don't need this red arrow, and don't need this anymore. Also don't need this red arrow. Okay, everything that's remaining in G7, which is 7 infantry, 1 AA gun, and 5 artillery, they are all going into G5. Protect that city. Meanwhile, 1 infantry and 1 artillery from G5 are going to jump on this this transport's going to come back, pick them up, and come this way and drop them in UK5. Hopefully I'm not impeding your vision too much. Okay, this sub from C zone 23 is going to move 2 spaces, so 1, 2 into C zone 25. Okay, what else? These mechanized infantry from G15 are going to go 1, 2 to G8. Are they? Maybe. I got to think about that. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. Yeah, that's where they're going, into G8. And I realize I've made a mess here, and I took the 3 infantry that were supposed to be in PA4, and I accidentally moved them back to G5 when I was moving things. Okay, so we have a bunch of planes here. The bomber with 4 movement left that was in PA11 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 back to G15. The bomber with 3 movement left is going to go 1, 2, 3 into G16. This fighter from PX6 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into F5. And then these 2 fighters and 2 tactical bombers with 2 movement left are they're in PA4. They're going to go 1, 2 into G5. Okay, am I missing anything? Yes. Down here. So we dealt with the AA gun. Okay, these 2 planes, the fighter and the tactical bomber that are in PA9, are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to G15. This mechanized infantry in PA9 is going to come down to G21. And this infantry in PA9 is going to come down into F6. All right. I think that's it for non-combat move. Just let me pause it and check. Okay, I think that's it. I'll do maybe one last look at the end, but we can place our units now, and then I really need to clean things up here. So let's start with 3 artillery. Can you see these units? Kind of. Okay, so these 3 artillery are going to be built in UK5, I believe it is. The 3 tanks are going to be built in F3, in Paris, I guess. The 9 infantry and 1 artillery are going to be built in G5. Then we had 2 mechanized infantry and 1 regular infantry, and they're going to be built in F5. And then we have 1 infantry left. And that is going to be down here in G21. All right, so let's take a minute and clean some things up here. All right, so we're cleaned up a bit now. So next, let's talk about income for a minute. So I have Germany at 73. They currently have no national objectives, and I don't see any convoys happening this turn. So 73 income up there. can do a quick flyby of the map, and then I will count out the units and the territories for the other players, and then we'll call it a day. So just do a bit of a flyby of what things look like at the end of the turn. After this, of course, will be Russia, which is Piloto is playing Russia, followed by Japan. Okay, so let's go over the territories, the units in the territories. So here in C-Zone 86, we have one battleship, one cruiser, and one transport. Here in 70, we have a destroyer. Sorry, give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. Well, let's do this. We'll do all the ships at once here. So we've got in 23, we have a battleship, a cruiser, an aircraft carrier, a destroyer, and a transport. And then in 25, we have a sub. So that's all the ships that Germany has. In I-5, down here, we have one infantry, one AA gun. In G21, we have one infantry, one mechanized infantry. In F6, we have one infantry. In UK13, we have one artillery. In UK12, we have one infantry. In PX4, we have one AA gun and two infantry. Let's move over here a little bit. In PA11, we have 5 infantry. Don't ask me why the Russian flag is still here. That can be gone. In G16, we have the bomber. In G15, we have one bomber, a tactical bomber, and a fighter. In PA4, we have 3 infantry. In G5, we have 9 artillery, 2 AA guns, 25 infantry. Yeah, 25 infantry, 2 fighters, and 1 tactical bomber. Up here in G2, we have 6 infantry. In G8, we have 4 mechanized infantry. In F5, we have 2 mechanized infantry, 1 regular infantry, 1 fighter. In F3, we have 14 mechanized infantry, 13 tanks, 2 fighters, 2 tactical bombers. In UK5, we have 29 infantry, 2 AA guns, 17 artillery. In UK2, we have 1 infantry. I'm not sure. I think I missed this. PA3 is 1 mechanized infantry. And I don't think I missed anything. I got all these down here. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. So hopefully I didn't miss anything there. Yeah, so up next is Piloto with the Russian turn, Russian turn 4. So thanks for watching.